Oh, right. What is up, everybody? My lighting's a little dark here. What's going on? It's going to be a fun show today because the Top Shot streets are wild, man. They're on fire. Everyone's spilling blood into the streets and freaking out. And so, what better person than a nice, level-headed DG courtroom to join the stream and talk us all through it and make us feel better? The man who just did a 24-hour stream. I see in the comments, my Tandy was asking about some highlights of the judge's stream. I'd say one of my favorite parts was when he was sleeping on his couch while everyone watched him sleep, and then the live tokens page just going up and down for like 3.5 hours. That was probably my favorite part. So what's up, Julius Randall? What's up, Bill Downs? What's up, Justin? Jay Winter, I see you. Joey, Boudouin, got Tandy NFTs. We got a lot of people in the house. So we have a lot of things to talk about. So much. It's a shame that we have so much to talk about when Top Shot is on fire. Wouldn't it be so much better if we had so much to talk about when Top Shot was just going fine and dandy? Well, just not the case. But anyhow, let's bring in the judge. So I'm not going to make him wait. I made him wait last time. He was freaking out about it. So we're going to make sure we don't make him wait this time. So let's bring him in.
All rise. All rise.
Oh, Judge, it's you. What's going on? Nice to have you.
Mm-hmm. I'll see how things are going. Tandyman, as always, it is great to be on the show with you, and I am doing phenomenal. I look great as always, and it's just my Top Shot account is. It's great to be here. I'm ready for a fun little show here.
Yeah. So why don't you tell the crowd how are you feeling after 24 hours straight of streaming? I mean, more like 21, but you actually went like 25 hours. Actually,
I went
you?
25 and a half numbnuts, and subtract 1 point. A little. I subtracted exactly how much I rested for. So 24-hour stream. There's no asterisks. We did it, and no. In all honesty, there was like the day before I had to get up at like 6:30, 6 a.m. super early for me. So and then I had the Top Shot stream, and in a perfect world, I would have rested, napped before, like, or after the Top Shot stream, or not gotten up that early. So there was a few hours late in the night. I'd say like 3 o'clock in the morning to like 5, where I was hurting. I don't really remember too much. Like the final hour, I think Winter came on. We played a game, and I was like, I'm not going to make it. But then I took a little. I rested. I didn't sleep. Everyone watched me. We made love together with a bunch of freaks watching me sleep. It's very weird, but we did it together. And after that quick little rest, I really felt great. And then, honestly, I was surprised at how it kind of flew by. Like I thought there'd be a lot of downtime. I had like 12, 13 games like written down we didn't get to any of those. We didn't get to like I could have went another 24. We didn't get to any of the stuff that I thought we'd get to. So. It was really cool. We had a lot of great guests like yourself that came on the show, and the time really did kind of fly by. There was a couple hour stretch where I was like, I'm never doing this again. This was an awful decision, but other than that, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm curious what 13 games you had though. I'm always curious.
Some great games, Tandy. Great games.
But
I'm keeping it for next time.
Yeah, all right. I look forward to that. Yeah, it shows you just how much you can talk about Top Shot. You literally can talk about Top Shot for 24 straight hours.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, right? Like, I mean, if you let me talk basketball and Top Shot, yeah, and especially not just me, but the chat, like our community, like we could just keep going. There's it's always so much to talk about, and that's part of the beauty of this space. And again, like. I really did want to talk about all kinds of other things, and we didn't even get to it. So, yeah, it's pretty wild.
It really is. Yeah, so I'm seeing people are already starting to talk about the packs here. We can definitely talk about the packs. It's a hot topic, and it's a really interesting topic for one key reason. which I'll share in a second. Let's just read quickly what he said here. I'm not doing the loot packs because there's nothing I want in the packs. Focus on going for packs and the sets that have stuff that I want. Yeah, Rising Stars, great utility. I would agree there. But there was one particular tweet today that I really would like to share.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Never before have I seen people loving Twitter threads. Suddenly with this loot pack drop, everyone wants to be a Twitter thread master. I've read more Twitter threads in the last 72 hours than I have in my entire effing life. And I may have a rule right here on the show, guys. Breaking news on the Tandyman show.
Oh, wait, I got to let me hold on. Can I at least use my clip for God's sakes?
Sure.
Wait.
Sure.
All right.
No one cares about your stupid Twitter thread. No one. Shut up. We don't care. I just wanted to give you my 2 cents on this pack. I'm going to rate a 48 Twitter thread. No, we don't care. Shut up. I mean, who are you? You're not the judge. I'm the Tandyman. We don't care. I'm kidding. We care. It is, but it is interesting, right? Like this topic, it really has it set off people, and it's really made them upset, opinionated, frustrated, and they are letting everyone know. And it's been really, especially after this last drop, it's been really interesting to see.
Yeah. And I've seen some of those threads, and there's some really good ideas actually. Like people are they're treating this like a college essay or something. Like they are really putting the research in. They're really doing it in a methodical manner. It's good to see when I was asking for it right before it happened, actually, when Luke El Dumbo put the form out there. I really loved that. I hope that we get a little bit of transparency, which, on other topics on Top Shot, we haven't really gotten. But I hope we can get transparency so we can see this many thousand people submitted. This is the aggregate score or the median score of what people say if they like or dislike these packs. But there is one really striking Twitter post today by one of the only people you should really pay attention to when we're talking about whether packs are plus EV or minus EV. And I kind of want to talk about what that even means, because I think people have it a little bit confused, honestly. But this is bad news, folks. This is the Elite Packs EV. So 78.5 people who bought an Elite pack for $49 received less than the value of the pack. Not surprising, because the market is totally crapping on itself, where I've never seen moments that are part of a challenge that are so cheap. That makes it feel different, honestly. Like even when there were downturns, the challenge moment still performed well. And if we're looking at the standard packs as well, 76.8% of the people who bought standard packs received less than the price of their pack in terms of their moments. But this kind of also brings an interesting question about expected value, about return on investment. People think that and we talked about this together the other day, but people talk about expected value like, oh, I'm going to buy max packs because expected value is positive. The problem is, for you to realize that value, you might have to buy 100 packs. And that is where it's unrealistic, because as a user, with how much dapper you have and how much of a credit card limit you have, just how much are you going to be spending on packs every week? And I know that the other day you said that you're also kind of tapped out a little bit, but I don't know. Are you still sitting on a pile of dapper ready to strike if a pack comes about that you think is worth it?
No. Well, so I gotta be honest. So that last pack drop, that wiped me out. So I think it was 41 packs, and I got one rare in those 41 packs, and that was a Middleton All-Star Game moment, and it was, man, I think I spent over $850 on those packs or something like that, and so it was a brutal experience. I didn't really realize how much I truly lost in those packs until after the 24-hour show, when I kind of went back and looked at it. and looked at kind of the garbage that I got, and it was basically all trade tickets, right? And I mean, that's why it was so easy when I went to the S1 trade ticket pack is tomorrow, and when I went to usually I got to buy up like 250 the night before, and it's I got to sweat and help have the Randall man snipe some moments for me. This time I already had them all. I mean, like, because I bought all those packs, and it just they all became like instantly trade tickets, and it's, yeah, I mean, clearly this new pack drop is a feature with the loot drops is not ideal, and that's why, like, when I had Jacob on the show, right, when he during that 24-hour marathon, and I didn't even mean I meant for him just to come on and celebrate my 1 year on Top Shot and not really get into too much of the substance that day. And I asked him a little bit though, right, about the packs and all that, and and he said, well, you guys have been clamoring for the loot, these kind of packs, blended packs, for over a year, and we gave them to you. And actually, the data is not as bad as you would think regarding how people like them. And I think he's I don't really trust that data. I would like to see the data currently after this last round of pack drops, because this was the worst by far. And yeah, I mean, we've been asking for it. That is true. We have been, right? But what we didn't know was that there would be a 0.024% chance at a legendary.
Well, hold on. I think we did know that though, because I was on the pack page. But that doesn't make.
Well, no,
I don't think that's enough though.
I mean, a year ago when we asked for it, we didn't know it was going to be
Okay.
0.024%, right?
Okay,
I didn't know it was going to be basically almost borderline impossible to hit on something like that. I didn't know it would be a 4% chance at a rare. So, and then when you see that play out, and you see, like you just showed John Boy's projections, I am glad I'm easily one of the 80% who took a bath on those packs. And honestly, if they ran that again next week, would I line up for the standard packs? I would not. I'm out.
So you're saying you're in on an elite pack? Is that what you're saying?
For the elite packs, I'm unsure. I would definitely buy. Would I max buy? I don't know. I would
because max buy is the way to get closer to that EV. That's the shitty thing.
And that's what Jacob said on the show, right? Jacob came on my show, and I said, well, "What about collector score? Like, what happened to that?" And he's like, "What do you mean? Collector score does still matter? It matters because now you can buy more packs." And we're like, that's why when my chat kind of lost it a little bit. Wait, we got to buy more of these shitty packs that we don't even want to begin with? That's how you're rewarding us, by making us buy more of the stuff that we don't even want? So it's yeah, I don't really know what I would do as of right now. I know I'm out on the standard packs. On elite packs, I don't know.
Because I mean, if elite packs are the same as last time,
I buy everything.
No, but just look. If I tell you, Judge, go buy elite packs, but you have a 78.5% chance that whatever you buy is going to be worth less than you spend, you still want those elite packs? 78.5% chance.
Well, no, of course not. If you're just looking at that, right? But I'm still a degenerate, and I'm still a gambler, and I like to take chances. So would I probably buy one, or yeah, I'd probably buy at least one, right? But
okay.
I would have to give it a lot of thought how many I buy, and I don't know. I mean, right now I'm just not sure.
Yeah,
but
because here's two things. We saw that people who got rares undercut each other, right? So even if you hit a rare, it's not like you were swimming in cash.
Again, this is also part of the problem. Before, when you had the queues, right? You had a priority queue, all the different queues, right? You needed a high collector score. What does a high collector score ensure? That you have a sophisticated buyer, right? You have someone who's been on the platform. They understand the space. When you allow someone to sign up in the first day, get the same pack that is you and me and everyone else, they don't understand the dynamics of Top Shot yet. So of course they're gonna not act in the smartest of ways and sell quick, undercut, do a lot of behaviors that are not the smartest, right? And that is why we were just starting to see with the priority queue, and after pack drops, you wouldn't see much fire sailing and undercutting. Why? Because mostly the sophisticated buyers, they would get in the hands of people who knew what they're doing. And now, again, another unintended consequence of doing this blended packs and letting a new user get a rare or whatever is you're going to see them much more likely to fire sale because they don't understand what they have. They don't covet it. They don't understand. Again, they're new to the space, right?
Right.
So they're not going to behave the way that most of us would. Like there's just a lot of ripple effects that have occurred with this blended pack, and they basically all, for the most part, been negative.
Yeah. And like this is a good point here, which is people keep undercutting each other because they got to keep recouping the cost of those packs.
Well, also, that is true. Yeah.
And you know what? Also, someone else made a point in another, I think it was a Twitter space or something, but they said that having it all blended together like this, it really takes away from the spectacle and like the appreciation of those sets. It's like we almost don't even pay attention to them because if it's a rising star set or, you know, like you're almost paying more attention to, okay, there's the cool Vince Carter dunk, whatever else is in there, I don't really care. Okay, which are the rookies in this rising star pack that are going to be the top price? Okay, all right, it's going to be Maxi, it's going to be whoever. Okay, blah blah blah. And it's like the rares and the other legendaries, it's not special anymore. I feel.
Yeah, again, they this is a great rookie class, right? And they've kind of made this rising star. They made the mint too high to begin with, the 17,500. That's too high. Should have been 10,000. Anything higher than that was unneeded given our user base and the fact that, again, it doesn't grow. It just doesn't. It grows not nearly where we need it to be. And at some point, we will need a mass influx of users and a new an exodus of new users, and we just don't get it yet. And so yeah, you have blended packs, you got rising stars in there, you got all-star moments in there, you got 3-point contest rising star moments of like the not this rising star set of like Lamar Odom doing weird things. You got these packs are almost absolute madness in a lot of ways. It's a lot of like it's you don't know what the hell you know what's in there, you know what you're gonna pop, what's gonna emerge when you hit that little icon open, turn the moment over, and it has really made this rising star set insignificant, which is a damn shame because we're talking about Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Wagner, Giddey, even Suggs, and you got players. This is a great class, and no one cares. No one cares.
The only thing I think if I put on my dapper hat right now, they would tell you, oh, but these are commons. They're meant to be common. This is so that the whole user base has access to these wonderful rookies.
Right.
And there's going to be legendary rookie set coming up, which there is. And so if you want to be like that top tier collector, you got to go collect those legendary rookies.
Yeah, you can tell me that, right? But you've told me a lot of things now in the past year and a half, and those really aren't accurate anymore. So yeah, I mean, you can tell me that. Again, we've been telling you the commons, the base moments, and that's what Jacob said on my show, right? They're for everyone. We want those to be a very low entry point. We are very happy with the fact that you can get a great Giddey or a Mobley or a Barnes or a Cade at $12, and that's what we want. Well, great, but I don't agree. I think the Rising Star set doesn't have to be an entry point that low, right? I think these are stars. They're going to be the future of the league, and I think in many ways you've made this a set that kind of nobody really covets, and you really it's just a bummer. And the other thing I would say off of that is, well, that's fine, right? If you want to say like commons and like we told you, those should never be. They should be an entry point for everyone, and we want everyone to have their chance at getting commons. And just don't freak out, don't yell at us, don't kill the messenger. Well, yeah, but you also told us the only thing that matters are legendary moments, right? And rares. And now the only way that I can get a legendary moment or a rare is to buy those shitty packs, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, so what are we talking about here? I mean, okay, I'll say, fine, done. I'm not going to buy your commons. I'm only going to go after legendaries and rares. Oh, no. Now that's the same thing. You made that the same pack. So what do you want me to do? You're forced, right?
Yeah.
What's the answer now? You took away, I've been grinding, spending my life savings to get a high collector score. That doesn't really seem to matter much anymore. You just allow me to buy more packs that I don't want to buy to begin with. So you really put the user base in a bind here.
Yeah, I mean, the only potential area where I want to believe that we are not coming to the conclusion that they are, which is that like this was a test, right? They said it was a test. So we're gonna have one more week of this, and then we'll see where we're at. And then they're gonna take a 1 week pause before they make you drink from the hose again. So, I mean,
Yeah. Let me and look, I do the one thing that I do believe genuinely, right? That they tested this out for February. I think there's no. I don't know what. Again, they always say their data they're looking at is different than what we're seeing, and I'm sure there is. But come on, I mean, look what's happened in this last month. It's been an unmitigated disaster, and I think that if we don't have some pretty major changes, after they take this, after this next pack drop, and they look at the data, if we don't go back to again a lot of what we were doing before with the packs, I'd be pretty surprised, and two, pretty disappointed. Yeah. Like, this is not the way forward for us. I think you can use the blended packs in certain. I think there should be a time to use the blended packs, but ultimately, this is not what the user base wants, needs, desires, or should have going forward as the primary method to have packs.
So Mike thinks it's clearly not a test. I don't think I agree with that. I mean, it is a test. They might be testing how much cash can we make, which feels bad as a collector, but I do think it's a test. They're gathering data, and apparently the drop is actually going to be adjusted for the next one. So I think I'd be shocked if we see the same price point, because when John Boy Beats releases that number, so if we bring that up for a third time here, and we see like what is
John Boy, is he paying you today? What is happening here? The Tandyman is loving the beats. The Tandy and the Beats have some type of little agreement here.
Yeah, this is
paid under the
sponsored.
table. I like it.
Sponsored by John Boy Beats. I wish. He's crushing it.
You're gonna go to sleep on the show and just have a John Boy Beats chart
up. Don't tempt me. I'll do it.
I know you will.
But like, so if you look at, for example, this $49 pack, right? Really, it should be priced probably somewhere in the 25 or even between 20 and $25. This would
be about half of what the pack is now.
Yeah, so it should be $24. That would be a fair price. So if we see that the pack comes in at a $24 elite pack price, that would be really interesting, and that would show me that they're listening. Based on what we've seen, though, I'm not super confident that's going to happen.
Look, I mean, I think the other thing, though, that we need to remember, like, I genuinely think, and I know what Top Shot wants is anyone to come on the site at any time and be able to buy a pack. Right.
Yeah.
At all times, points.
What, at the cost of the market, at the cost of the user base?
That's the kind of the elephant in the room, right? At what cost, right?
Exactly.
But they want that. They've said that from day one. They want people to be able to come on the platform and get a pack at all times. So I think that in many ways they have been waiting for a time when packs will not sell out. I think in many ways they think it will be a good thing if they say once packs don't sell out, they'll just keep the packs up there forever until they do.
And that's how it was in the beginning with the early adopters, which is really interesting also to talk about, because when you look at what some of the early adopters, people that I enjoy hearing these early adopters talk about this stuff. Alexo, Veerman,
before
MBL.
The show, you were killing those guys. Oh,
I was.
You guys should have heard Tandy before the show. He was railing on the early adopters. I was like, come on. These are great people.
No, never. You know what? I am all about the community.
We love the community.
Don't ever say that again.
Whoa, what was that? What was that? Oh my God. Don't say the word community, okay? Just whatever you do not say community.
We love the community.
All right, we got to choose a different word for that. But the user base, we love the user base of Top Shot because of the togetherness and the networking and the friendship. But anyhow, I have no ill will toward any of those guys. they all have a right to their opinions. The biggest thing about these early adopters is they had the cojones to put a lot of money into Top Shot in the beginning when this was a purely speculative play. When Vince Carter's were $2, I know we all like to talk about, oh, screw these guys, they bought Vince Carter's for $2. But the reality is no one was buying those moments. They had a huge speculative gamble on this stuff. And they said, I'm going to throw thousands of dollars at this thing that has zero marketplace. The only way I can sell this stuff is through Discord back channels. All right. So anyways, we're not going to go on an early adopter rant, but the point is these guys are saying that minus EV packs are a good thing. And I think that this is wrong. And I'm going to tell you why. Because back then, when packs were minus EV, there was no marketplace. There was no knowledge of anything about how the way that Top Shot worked. So what did people do? They went to the marketplace. They bought all the LeBron James for $7 and they collected, and now they're seeing the fruits of their labor. And it's just not the same. Now we understand the thrill of opening a pack. We understand the dynamics of a marketplace. We understand that the supply is ever increasing. It's just not the same situation. So as much as I love guys like Alexo and MBL, and they're key members of this user base, it's different. And so I have a really hard time agreeing with those guys when they talk about, and also these are now minus EV packs. So if Top Shot wants to see what's going to happen when they release crappy packs at high costs, and will they not sell out, fine, price them at $49 again. Price them at $79 for all I care. If you want people not to buy, then do it. Because if those packs are $49 next time, I sure as hell am not buying. I'm only going to buy if they're like we said, they got to be near that $24 mark, or I am not buying. And I suggest anyone who cares about their wallet does the same. Judge, the floor is yours.
Tandy, I love seeing you get worked up. I love it. The Tandyman, look at him. Look at this guy. Look at when I first met him. He's a little guy down here. He didn't really have much opinions. Now look at him. He's all grown up. Yeah, I would just say I don't know if expected value is even the thing that we should be looking at, the metric, right? Because expected value doesn't really mean a whole lot when now you've added legendaries in there. So right. So you could open 9 packs that are worth $5 each or whatever, and then you get one pack that's worth 10 grand.
Yep.
Right. And then suddenly you have an expected value that's through the roof. That's not expected value is not the right term, right? The metric that we should be using, in my opinion, once we're having blended packs like this. That's number one. And number two, these are not now just negative, EV packs. These are massively, right? Like we're way this. Yeah, I think even the early adopter whales would agree this is not what they had in mind, right? And I do agree that not every pack should be a winner. You should get some packs that are not EV and massively EV, but you also shouldn't have a 80% chance of getting shit, which is what we have now.
So here's an interesting question for you then, and it's topical, which is we have the S1 reserve pack, right? So S1 reserve pack. Do you think it would be a good idea if they had all the S1 reserve packs and you could just go line up and buy as many as you wanted? Because S1 reserve pack is a good example. That is a plus EV pack due to LeBron James and Steph Curry, which you have 2 of, and plus EV pack. But
you felt the need to call me out for having 2 Steph Currys? MBL has 150 John Morants. You don't call him out. Why?
Did I call you out?
Was that little Steph Currys?
Was that negative of me? Was I calling you out in a negative way?
Chat, was the Tandyman taking a shot at the judgy? Type 1 in the chat if Tandyman was taking a shot at me. He's very angry today. He's very angry.
No, there's just positivity here.
Community and positivity.
Don't play that again. That's creepy. That's creepy. Don't ever do that again to me. Holy shit. That's horrifying.
Just testing out some new videos. Yeah, so I'm all about the positivity here. Okay. I'm not calling you out. What was my point? Yeah. So if you
wondering the whole show.
Yeah. If you keep buying those packs though, there's a very high chance that you will lose hundreds of dollars every single time. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, the S1 packs are the greatest in terms of variance of what you can get. You can get a Langston Galloway or a Harry Giles S1, or you can get a LeBron James S1. And that's quite the difference. I mean, We're
Yeah.
talking about the gutter, or what's the opposite of the gutter, Mandy?
The heavens. I don't know.
Heavens, the heavens, or the gutter. That's it's quite the difference. So
Yeah, exactly. So in my opinion, even though it's a plus EV play, now Top Shot is forced to not allow you to buy as many as you want at the moment because they are worried about market dynamics. Even though now with the market the way it is, I say just release them all tomorrow or whatever. Get rid of all of them. That's what I say. But anyway, that's not what's happening. So there is like there's something in place that is forcing their hand that they can't allow you to go buy and buy and buy. But if you did, there would be so many people getting absolutely crushed, losing literally thousands upon thousands of dollars. But that's not that different from what we have now, which is what's so insane to me.
yeah,
And the point also is that Top Shot. So I was thinking about this, right? I'm in a couple discords. A lot of like the negative Nancy's are saying, that it's Dapper is just predatory. They are just predatory. They are just taking advantage of us. All they're trying to do is suck up all the liquidity out of us that they possibly can. I'd like to think that that is not the case, though. I'd like to think that they realize that a startup needs a user base, and you can't just suck your user base dry. So I really would like to think that.
Well, this has always been the thing that I've been preaching for over a year now, or however long we've been doing this. Like, and first, I don't believe that about Dapper, right? I don't. Now, like, it's getting harder and harder to kind of defend them with some of the decisions we're seeing, but I do think they are placing way too much emphasis on new users who may or may never come, and neglecting the current user base. And we've been saying this forever. Like, the ones who have been sticking by their side through how many, what number dip is this? We've dipped in, I mean, when I joined the site, it was a 6, 7, 8 month straight dip back to the gutters, right? It was all downhill. And then we finally started moving up. But we've had some pretty dark times already on Top Shot. And like the people that have stuck through it, we've done everything Dapper told us. They told us, go for a high collector score. You'll be rewarded. They said go after the Seeing Star set. That's going to be distinct. They said the Cool Cats. That's the 9 Lives Lounge, the Soho House. That's going to be a special place. We got in there. We're doing everything they tell us. Don't cut off again.
They heard you. Sorry.
We're doing everything they tell us to do, and yet still we're the ones who get screwed over, right? We're the ones who continue to get kind of bent over and spanked a little bit, right? When they seem to be focusing on, again, early adopters who don't need their help anymore, will never need it again probably, and this new users who still aren't here. And the people who are here, we're the ones that get killed. And like, where are the team utility for? They said team sets. They have a leaderboard. They said utilities come in there. That was Roham's AMA. He said that's a couple months away. The season's almost over. Where's the utility there? There isn't any. Like, where's, again, some of the stuff that they said is coming, where is it? And I know we got to be patient, and I get all that, but it just seems, again, little things that they could do. They gave us flash challenges. We acted like they solved, world hunger. Like,
yeah, we did.
I think as a community, we don't ask for as much as people as you would think when you see all this negativity and toxicity. Roham gave an AMA. He was a wandering, kind of crazy man. He wasn't coherent. He didn't make sense. He was stumbling outside. It was really weird. If he came on the show, he would tell us, I had a bunch of stuff going on. It wasn't a great AMA. But because he actually got out and spoke to us, we were like, yes,
we didn't give a shit.
Right? But also, what did he say during that AMA? He said that Top Shot is my #1 priority.
Yep. Well, in terms of like improving the platform and such, and from that perspective, if we're talking about like the sunshine, like when people talk about Top Shot and they're like, don't get so focused on this negative period right now. Just like think about how much they've done in the last year. Think like, like when Jacob, let me get my hat back on. When Jacob was on your show and he was telling you like, we had Jalen Green dunking with a Top Shot necklace on. Yeah. We had activations at the All-Star game. Like we had Kevin Durant, which was only 5 weeks ago. We have done so much, and that is true. but these issues are sort of mutually exclusive.
Yeah, look. I don't think anyone is, and this is why these are nuanced discussions. It's not black and white. No one's saying that Top Shot hasn't made great strides in the last year. I think anyone who fails to recognize that is just an idiot. Like, of course, they've done a lot of great stuff, right?
Right.
But then if you want to tell us, if you want to change the game on us with all kinds of things like collector score, right? And if you keep repeating some of the same simple mistakes that we thought were behind us, if you keep making errors, if you keep making decisions that no one can understand, like having a Jeff Hornacek legendary moment, which may be the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life because it makes no sense. No matter what you tell me, like, I'll never be able to understand why that's a legendary moment. Like, when you kind of mess up the randomizer, right? And like, there's little things, mistakes that you're making that just shouldn't be made at this stage in the game. And you can tell me we're beta and we're testing and all this stuff, but like, our money's not beta. Our money's alpha.
Exactly.
This is real money we're playing with, right?
Yeah.
And we don't get to say, yeah, I was testing out my money with those packs. I want my money back now. I'm good. You gave me
I know.
right. We don't get to do that, but they get to keep telling us, well, yeah, we're going to try all this other stuff, and oh yeah, and let me tell you this, and this is real. Like, Top Shot is not the only game in town anymore. It was for the last year. Now you have all day. I mean, I'm talking to my guys this morning on like a 3-hour call, all about NFL all day. And they're selling Top Shot moments to buy all day.
Yep.
And like, now we have other options. And these are only going to get more companies and Dapper will have more products, and there'll be more options to choose from.
Yep.
And are you going to want to spend your money on Top Shot moments or something else? And that's something that they better consider, because right now we're not in a good place, and there's all the indications and everything that I can see that we're going to continue down a pretty dark path here for the next several months.
Oof, several months. That sounds terrible. But yeah, and there's fragmentation, not just, I mean, that's just Dapper. I mean, all day is a Dapper product.
Correct.
So of course that's going to hurt us even worse, because we thought about this before this happened, even though Roham was like, no, overall this will be fine. And maybe he's right. Maybe when all day like finds its median or whatever, then people start bouncing back and forth to all day and Top Shot, because right now all day is just like the shiny object, and people think they can get in now because unintelligent new collectors are just dropping off their Tom Brady's at discounts, things like that. But the point that I think is also worth making here, with all this outflow of money to be buying all these packs, which honestly I just don't understand how people can do it. I mean, even all day, $249 for the elite pack, $49 for the next pack. The next day it's Top Shot. It's $49, buy as many as you want, and then $19 buy even more. And then it's a UFC pack, and it's $49 there. And then 2 months from now it's going to be the La Liga pack, and then it's going to be the cricket pack. And it's like, it's on us as consumers. But the point that I needed to make is that, especially when you talk about being able to loop back again and continually buy these packs that are very stinky and trade ticket filled, Dapper has to be the custodians of their marketplace, of their user base. They have to like do what's right for their, act in good faith for their user base, so that their user base still has Dapper 2 months from now, so that their user base is not completely burnt out and has no more money to spend on YouTube clips. Like, they need to have that foresight to not burn out their most committed users, because the way they're going, if they don't change it up, that's exactly what they're doing.
Look, I mean, I've been preaching this for over a year, right? Stop focusing so much on the new users. Focus on us. We're here now, right? We're the ones that you, again, why like you were the, when you make some decisions, why don't you focus a little bit on rewarding your current existing user base? Like, there's only so many times can you slap us around and expect us to stay, right?
Yeah.
And
they need to surprise and delight us. That's the whole thing. The Flash challenges was a surprise and a delight of a situation. Ooh, I can get packs. I can get packs. And all I need to do is put my moments up and I can get packs. And ooh, I can speculate. And Josh Giddey, no one's paying attention to him. And he's $300, but he's going to get 7 assists tonight and pump to 420, and I'll be able to sell him. That was the fun of the flash challenges. Now, every single player has a 60K practically, or a moment priced like it. And so it's like, okay, so now you got to surprise and delight us again. If we're talking about the flash challenges, do it again. And it's got to be more than this cheat code idea, even though I appreciate that they're adding new features and thinking outside the box a little bit. But like, we're going to need an easy, a medium, a hard. You're going to have to appeal to your new users, your medium, and your high net worth users. You got to appeal to all of them.
Well, again, there's I don't think there's little things that they can constantly be doing, right? Give us utility on the team sets on the leaderboard, right? They could do just little things like that. They can go back to the old format. They can stop killing us with supply. Take a break. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, I mean, how many we should have a new drinking game. Every time Jacobs mentions the physical card space, we take a shot, right? Why are we like the physical card space? Like, all along, we weren't ready for 60Ks when the season started. We're not ready now. We weren't ready for 17,500 mints. We're just not. I mean, what's the level of active users? Like, we just aren't there as a user base. Like, and like, I don't know. You know, we're not behind the scenes. We don't know what's going into some of these decisions, but like, they don't seem to make a lot of sense for us. And you think what's to come? There's still like the throwdown set, and there's the next press threads. There's so many packs and sets still to come. And we only got less than 2 months until the playoffs hit. Like, and we still have so much supply coming at us. And it's just, I don't know. When you look at where we are, I don't see, like, we got to have a lot better decision making. And right now, like, I'm not sure. Like, it just seems that decisions are being made based on what the site may look like in a year or so, right?
Yeah.
Instead of being made on where we are right now with like 15,000 active users or whatever it is. Like, where is Rohan kept saying, Jacob, that we're gonna give like rewards based on marketplace spend, and we're gonna again start rewarding the people who are here. Like, and they just never want to do that. It's like we have to pull their teeth to help them make decisions that are going to focus on the current existing user base. And to me, that's always seems so bizarre. And then when they do decide to help people out, it's helping the early adopters who were already given generational wealth and don't need their help. Like, and like, it's just, you have so many factors going on right now that have kind of put us in the position that we're in. And like, I think Top Shot, you know, it's going to be really curious to see what they do next going forward, because I'm telling you, man, like, Top Shot's not the only game in town. And this time around, people aren't going to stay. They're going to take their money and go somewhere else. And they already have been doing that. Look at the market, for Christ's sake.
Yep. Yeah, people are selling off. I do, though. I think that it's less that people are taking their money and going to other platforms, although I'm sure a percentage of them are doing that. And I think it's more that, honestly, people love Top Shot. It's an awesome product, and people are selling their moments to buy more packs. I think that's the biggest issue here. That's a bigger issue than all day. It's a bigger issue than people converting their flow to ETH and buying whatever NFTs. It's a bigger issue. The issue is inside the platform itself. You know, that movie.
Maybe some of that is true, but I mean, like, you know, look, there are also other factors, right? We are in a bear market in general, and I mean, my NFT portfolio is down 50% too. Besides, you know, Top Shot, it's just, you have a whole abundance of factors right now that are going on. Obviously, the world situation, there's stuff going on, right, that are not, it's making people a little scared. And but again, like, it just goes back out to me. It goes back to, like, Top Shot was the gold standard, right, when it came to NFTs, and it was my happy place, my safe space. We trust them. We trust the team. There's more stability. And then you look at what's transpired here, and you know, it goes back to some bad decisions being made, right? A lot of the same decisions being made, oversupply. You got other products that are now widely available. And, suddenly, it is interesting how quickly sentiment changes with this stuff, right? And so, yeah, I'm a little more nervous this time around than I am, previous dips that we have. But like with all that said, I do think like the last time we had a dip back in who knows, been a lot of dips.
Yeah.
Pick a dip,
Yeah.
right? But I do think like for the people who do trust the platform, right? And I still do. I trust it long term. You are going to see. You already are seeing prices come back down, back into your window, back into a prices. Moments that you never could have dreamed of having, and like a few months ago, you're going to see them pop up, and you'll be on Live Token or wherever. I'm like, wow, I have a shot to get one of these pretty epic moments. So
Right.
you are going to have to look at some of the positives from this, right? And just not freak out the fact that your portfolio may be down, $30,000 in the last week, like mine or whatever it is. But again, that's hard to do, right? It's hard to do in the moment, in the heat of battles, shall we say?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think the problem is too. So I was thinking about one of the last big dips we had and the big bounce back that we also had. And one that comes to mind was in the summer. So in the summer, Top Shot was releasing no packs.
Right.
And all of a sudden, people started speculating, and the user base started speculating about rakeback and about other, speculating on other ways we would be rewarded. So what happened? All of a sudden, a few people started jumping back in, started thinking, oh, rakeback's coming any day now. You better, if you're going to buy, you should buy right now. The prices are going to just go up from here. And it's different this time. We're going to be getting airdrops. They're going to start rewarding us. And boom, all of a sudden we shoot up to the moon. And now they have airdrops. But if airdrops get you packs that are shitty, if collector score gets rugged and only gets you more shitty packs, if your completed team set gets rugged because a Jeff Hornacek 3-ball comes out, there's a lot of things that are happening right now that are creating a lack of confidence, and it's creating a user base that believes they kind of know what's coming, and they're like, okay, I get it. I see what this is. I've seen this play out, and I know how this is going to keep going. And I think that they have every possibility to surprise and delight. And that's really what they have to do. They have to get us speculating again. And all of a sudden, the bidding feature comes. And all of a sudden, there's a big reward that comes because of how much money you spend. And all of a sudden, rewards come because you held a bunch of moments, you staked them, and now you're getting a bunch of stuff. You're getting Dapper, you're getting packs, you're getting whatever. Like that has to happen, because if this user base keeps acting or keeps thinking, and I don't blame them, but keeps thinking that they probably have it all figured out, then there's no speculation. There's no eagerness to buy. It's just F this, I'm out. I know this game already. So we need to get some of that surprise and delight back. And part of that too is they need to figure out their communications, because right now I'm seeing them communicating in 50 different areas. Like Jacob was on your show, and Jacob's great. The way that he sells the product, like we saw with you, was awesome. He loves basketball. He can sell NBA Top Shot probably better than anyone else that I've heard. But don't talk about collector score. Same thing with Luke. Luke was on a Wolfpack Spaces that got a little too rowdy, and same thing. He talked about collector score. Did you hear that? Did you hear what? So he basically went on the Spaces, and there's a lot of room for miscommunication though on those Spaces. Spaces is kind of not the best area to have an actual conversation, but some guy was basically saying, like, kind of what you were saying, like, you told us to collect to up our collector score. So we did it, and we stacked S2s that we didn't want so that we could buy a rare or a legendary pack.
Right.
And now you're telling us it's no longer the case. So we feel rugged, and that's just going to create like a cascade downward. And Luke said something around the lines of, and I don't want, and no shade at Luke. I like Luke a lot, but like Luke was pretty much saying like, look, you collected based on your own like understanding, and that wasn't what we like specifically told you that was how you're going to get rares and legendaries forever, or something along those lines. And it just felt to me when I heard that, I was like, oh my god, just say anything else. Like don't say that, because everyone who has spent hundreds if not thousands to have a chance at rares and legendaries are now just feeling like the air has been completely sucked out of that balloon. And that's a scary place to be. So
yeah, and remember, what have they told us? Only thing that matters: legendaries and
rares
rares.
and
Right?
legendaries.
Common moments, they don't mean anything. All that matters, legendaries and rares. Do whatever you have to do to get one of those, right? And people did. People took them at their word, and people killed themselves to get a high collector score, right? And look at them now, not feeling great about it, you know. And then you take you put a Jeff Hornacek 3 in there, and suddenly Utah Jazz collectors, their collector score takes a massive hit anyway, right? You throw the Vince Carter thing in there. I had the Pelicans team set. You threw a JJ Redick legendary, and there's another Pelicans legendary in there that was, you know, no one even knows what a legendary moment is. Like, a legendary moment to me at this point is just Top Shot says it's a 50 mint. Okay. But like, to me, a legendary moment should be legendary. Like Steph Curry breaking the 3-point record, all-time threes made, right? That was a legendary moment, not a metallic silver Phantom Edition gold Gilbert goose of a hell, right? That was a legendary moment. And like, like, it's just little things like that confuse us as a user base. And like, they can't, there's like little easy things that, you know, a small child could figure out. And when they fuck things like that up, it makes everything just, it makes, then you start questioning all of the decisions even more, right? Well, wait a minute. If they can't get that little thing right, how do we trust them with, you know, X, Y, or whatever it is? And again, they've made a lot of small mistakes, a lot of big mistakes. And again, they keep making mistakes, in my opinion. And that's kind of the more frustrating part. If we're going to dip based on just market conditions or whatever, like that's fine, right? But when there's like a direct correlation between us, our accounts taking a massive hit, right, directly due to the fundamental decision making of Top Shot, that's problematic. You know, and that's where we are. And again, when you go back to when we did hit a nice little pump last summer, it was based on some good decision making, and no new supply, right? So we had they brought users to the NBA Finals, they brought users to the NBA draft, right? Really cool real life utility that we saw. And then there was no new packs, so when people came back to Top Shot, they had to go buy right on the marketplace. And like, when you look at the next couple months and then you look at the playoffs, again, look at the amount of sets that are still to come. Look at the amount of supply that's still to come. And like, all of that supply and like that would be fine if we had a massive amount of users, and we just don't. We just don't. And we never did for Series 3. And we didn't in S2. And like, this is just the fundamental part. And I think this is why they went so hard kind of at the All-Star game. And it looks like they just swung and missed. They're trying to get new users. I do think they've had some pretty good marketing ideas, but they just haven't been successful yet. And if you're not successful with new users, guess who you better take care of? Your current users, right? And that's the one thing they refuse to do. And if we're not having new users and the current user base keeps getting effed over, what's left?
But you know what's a good question, though, is like, at this point, what is taking care of current users? Because their idea of what was taking care of current users, this whole series, airdrops. This is all about the airdrops. We see this kind of like NFT staking. This is a way to reward our users with airdrops. So here, Judge, here's 3 standard packs. Good luck. I hope they're not trade tickets.
Thanks. They were trade tickets, by the way. They were. They were. That's how I got 350. I just kept opening your airdrops. They were, again, yeah. Great.
But so then that seriously, that's my real honest question right now, which is how should they? Because in my opinion, there's nothing that they can give us on top of all this supply that's literally avalanching on our heads every single week, just like hailstorm of supply, right? There's nothing they can do. There's no umbrella they can give us
Yeah.
to protect us from that. So really, the only thing, in my opinion, that they can give us is to be like, we are paying attention to our users and we are changing our supply. We are going to pause this pack drop. We are going to send more users to NBA games. We're going to give you a market spend bonus. We're going to go into our team discords. We're going to randomly select 10 people from 10 different teams every single month, send you to the games. You're going to be sitting in the rafters, but we're going to cover your hot dogs and beer. We are going to make you feel rewarded in a way that is beyond a few more lottery packs.
Yeah. I mean,
And we're in beta, right? We're in beta. So when is beta going to work out in our favor? When it's going to turn back in our direction? This is beta, so we're changing it up. This is beta, so we're going to reduce the pack cost. This is beta, so we're not going to release this next pack because we're in beta and we're testing it out and we're trying to find the right supply and the right price point because we're in beta. Then we can all cheer our hands at beta. We can all get excited and say, we love it. We love being in this community.
We love the community.
Are they like what are they? What's going on in that video? Play that again. I don't even understand.
Let's play it again. Let's play it again.
Like you don't. That's not dancing, right?
Oh, yeah. You got to start using your little sleuth skills. Try to figure it out.
We love the community.
That last guy really has.
You know who that last guy was? Look closely. Who do you think that last guy was?
We love the community.
You know who that was?
No.
Mr. Number One Cereal himself. iRacer. It actually looks like iRacer.
I thought you were being serious a second. Look at Tandy again. Tandy hates early adopters now. The tide's shifted. I love early adopters now. My best friend's Veerman, and Tandy hates them. Holy shit! This whole thing is turning its fucking head.
Never.
Yeah, it's again. I think I'm just I'm settling in for a dark few months here because of what. This time there's no magic pill. You can't take this stuff kind of you can't say oops-a-daisy, we're gonna pull back these millions of moments now and make things the way they were. This was a pretty dire month, and the supply's out there, right? You got sets that no one wants, you got moments that no one wants, you have people that are strapped financially, are not liquid. You got moments that really aren't liquid, and I don't, again, I'm having a hard time trying to figure. And when you asked, what do they need to do to help for the current user base, that's a lot trickier of a question now, right? There's no easy solutions here, and so again, I think we just have to really hope they make some good decisions going forward. And ultimately, at some point, we do have to hope for a lot of new users. But right now, it's a little. It's I'm not sure what the right adjectives are concerning. I'm almost at the level of being a little concerned. I mean, a little. One notch. I'm not concerned. What's one thing better than concerned? I'm more than frustrated, but I'm not
disturbed.
Concerned. Somewhere in between those two things.
Would disturbed be less serious than concerned, or is that around the same?
Maybe we'll work chat. Give me a word here.
Yeah, chat. Disturbed.
Like that, though. But again, that's only short term. I think long term we'll still be fine, right? We'll be fine. We'll find the right criteria. But right now, clearly we got a lot of issues on the site.
But also, I want to think about 2 times that I can think of right now that we all freaked out about supply. we freaked out about supply the first time. No, multiple, probably 3 times. The first time we freaked out about supply was our initial dip, right? And that was a terrible situation. We had the 35Ks, the 40Ks, the reserve packs, right? Everyone
Yeah.
got a pack. And that was the beginning of a massive dip. I actually can't remember how that actually pumped again, but that's one example. The other example is the playoffs. That was also way too much supply.
Whoa. Hold on. Duck, Tandy, duck. First round moment just hit you in the head. A first round moment just flew by. They just released another first round moment. It hit you. There he goes. Yeah.
It's a Bryn Forbes.
Yeah, another first round moment. They're still coming out.
It's a Daniel Gafford.
That was a big set.
Oh, geez. Another Bryn Forbes.
By the way, the next playoff set, I can't wait. It's gonna be. We should all play a game right now. Everyone in the chat, guess how many moments will be in this year's playoff set.
I mean, is it not in the roadmap?
I don't think they said how many. Did they? I don't know. I don't think so. Then again, was the metallic silver fandom edition on the roadmap? It was not. No, it was not.
It was not. And something I didn't realize is that you can have 3 of each player, which when I saw that there was 2 metallic silver gooses of Jalen Green, I thought, oh crap. I didn't realize that was a thing. But yeah, so the second freak out over supply was the playoffs one.
Yeah.
And then we saw a dip, and then it pumped again based on speculation of gift back, of rewarding users, of potential surprise and delight. So although this sucks right now, I do think that they have the formula, they can fix it. I do believe it. I do believe this. I'll continue to bang my drum that this is a long-term bet on a licensed product with the NBA. It's already been on TV. It's not even like we're waiting for it to be on TV. We already do have buy-in from players like Kevin Durant. Has the result been shitty? Yes, it has not been what we want. They are focusing a lot on new users, which also is kind of ironic though, because these standard packs are not exactly a good experience for new users. They need to slowly with the Ankylosaurus, they got to slowly bring these new users to understand how this all works. What is a loot box pack? What does it mean? How does the marketplace work? Because if you just throw a new user into this right now, I wouldn't feel very good about telling a friend at this particular moment to go buy standard packs.
Yeah, it is interesting, right? When you look back at the last year or whatever, and it's there have been so many times where Top Shot will say, well, we felt we could have turned on all our levers to bring in new users, but the climate just wasn't right for us to do that. And then you try to look back, when was the climate right? The climate, if the climate's always shitty, maybe that does say something about what you guys as a team are doing a little bit. Maybe you guys do have to look a little bit in the mirror. Maybe it's not always us. Right?
Yeah. Oh, it isn't.
The climate's always shitty, right? Maybe you need to focus on making better decisions. Maybe instead of trying to rule the world, you should have just focused on Top Shot and got that right first. Why did you have to go to All Day and UFC and La Liga and cricket and a million other products first? We're not there yet for Top Shot, and we keep making silly errors, and if we can't figure out the right kind of what's the right word I'm looking for? The right formula for Top Shot. What makes you think you're gonna get it right with any other product? And it's just man.
And this is right here. Honestly, I know this seems ridiculous. I mentioned this on your pod the other day, but I know it's ridiculous to talk about hardcourt right now. And Seth, welcome. But he brings a really good point here, which is that you need some extra utility, but beyond just buying and selling on the marketplace. And that was the whole idea behind hardcourt. It's not a raffle where you have 0.02% chance. By the way, I wonder if you have more chance at a legendary in these packs than you do at a raffle to go to the Bucks game. You probably still do. I think
also,
it was
are the VIP raffles even going on now? What happened to that? Is that still a thing?
I heard they're going on, and they're not doing too well.
Honestly, I forgot all about that. Again, what could they have done that would have been really cool to reward current existing users?
But do we even care about this? I don't.
Well,
How's
if
this?
they would have like given this to new users on the platform, it could have been pretty cool. But they just did an auction for millionaires, or like I don't know. But that would have been that was a pretty cool experience, that All-Star experience. And I don't even know anything about it because once they said it's going to be an auction for, I stopped looking caring about it.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you pay attention to auctions anywhere, the way that auctions normally work is that they just spike. All you need is a couple of rich people in the last
Right.
minutes. And so Veerman made a good point on Twitter I saw, which is that people, it makes no sense to bid high right now.
Right. You wait until the end. Right. But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
again, just they could have given that to new users, or I mean, the users on the current reward current users in some way, and they chose not to.
Well,
But yeah,
I
no,
mean,
going back to the other thing though, yeah,
yeah,
I'm with you, right? Like, if we may need something like a hardcore to really shake us up and get people excited again. Like that's the kind of game changer that we may kind of need to get us back fully on track into a bull run again.
I
It's
think
hard. It's
so.
just with this amount of supply and this small of a user base, it's just really hard for me to envision a massive bull run. I don't see it. I just don't see it.
I don't
And that's
either
fine. That's
because
fine. But
yeah.
yeah, if we could have a game and like one of the first games the NFT space coming out. And again, hardcore, we haven't heard really we haven't gotten a real update on hardcore in forever.
And my experience, and you actually made a tweet about this today, which is like existing NFT games, and there's just not a whole lot of them, and they're not that impressive. And I play not the chicken game that I played with you the other day, which is fantastic, and you have a chicken as well. But this other game I play, which someone else also recommended to you, I think it's like Top Shot Dad or something, um, is a game called Crypto Raiders, and you go and you collect and you beat the boss and you collect the weapons, and it's not like clear that you are doing this for like a massive return or anything like that, but people still do it the same way that people go into the flash challenges. They love the flash challenges. They want to finish the flash challenges. Is that flash challenge moment going to start at $8 and be worth $4 a week from now? Probably, but we still love it because it's gamification and we like to use our moments for something. So hardcore doesn't even have to be that great. It could it could win us $1 of dapper per day because we've put, $5,000 worth of moments in hardcore and we win a few bucks a dapper a day. I guarantee you that would still drive interest and people will want to complete and gain XP and complete the bars like you do in a challenge and all that kind of thing. Like, so my whole point is like, it doesn't have to be some massive, incredible NBA, EA Sports, what was it? No, NBA 2K defeating game or anything like that. It just needs to be something where it feels like we have more utility than just
Like, yeah, I mean,
trade tickets or buying and selling.
there's so many simple things you could do, right? Like anytime you make a buy in the market, you get X amount of points. You hit a certain plateau, and then you get a free rare pack. Like it's just like you could do all kinds of things. Again, to reward your current user base, right? And right now, there's no reward for us. All we see is, we know that today our account's going to probably be lower tomorrow than it is today, right? And
Yep.
it's kind of a bummer, and it seems that kind of Top Shot can become a one-trick pony really fast. Like they're like, ooh, these flash challenges really work. Let's now give you 6 in one day. Let's give you let's allow you to complete 2 in 1. We'll give you 2 towns. They seem to kind of they take a good idea and they just pound it into the ground. Like, okay, that was a good idea. Let's work on another good idea. And so I think it's not surprising that we have some flash challenge fatigue. And that got us through a few months, right, for sure. But in this space is always about what's next, and I don't know. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen kind of other things in place, and it's confusing, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's not hard to add a little bit of utility for the team leaderboards, the team sets.
Yep.
There's little things that they could have been doing, and they just don't seem to do them, and I don't know why.
Well, I think one thing is look at some of the things that they are doing. For example, like when we look at that NBA All-Star Game VIP thing, right? We can get all irritated about it, but I do think that it's like paving the way. So it's like they can't necessarily do that and then at the same time do something amongst a much more fragmented, segmented, lots of different pieces among their platform. But maybe it's the case that they have to start with that, you know? So they start with that, they figure out whatever they got to figure out internally, and then maybe 2 months from now, there's a smaller version of that. It happens in those discords. You're holding your team set and you can potentially get rewarded.
Yeah,
And
but
actually,
hold
yeah,
on. So you,
yeah,
you want to talk about the team discords, right? Have you been in those team discords?
maybe twice.
So like, I think one of our members, Politicos, right? It was after Denver had a big game winner like about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and Politicos went in the Denver team Discord. He's a big Jokic fan, and he took a screenshot. There's been like 2 comments in the last like month,
Yeah, because
right?
there's
So
no
like
reason.
like if you want to give team Discords, you can't just give it to us and then say check. We knocked that one off next,
Because
right? That's like,
they have trouble with timing. They have a lot of
that's what
trouble
they
with
did for the
timing.
team leaderboards, right? You got these leaderboards on Live Token, and it's been months later. Like, what's the point of the team leaderboards? Like, what's
Yeah,
the
I
point
don't
of
know.
giving us these team Discords? And when there's already too many Discords, and we're all in a million Discords, right? And like, what? So you can't, like, some of these things, like, this is the whole point of, like, it's like they start. I used a plumber analogy, right? They like, if someone takes a shit in your toilet and it gets clogged up, they have like a plumber come in. They take and they plunge a little bit and they get half of it out and they move on to a new toilet. Well, wait a minute. The work's not done. Let's finish this toilet off first before we move on to a whole new toilet. Like they just don't seem very good on like getting an idea and taking the idea from start to finish, right? And like we're just lacking execution at this point. And rather than if you have like 20 good ideas, but you don't finish any of them, or you don't like, then you have no ideas. Like simplify, do one thing great. Like you saw with the flash challenges, they did that pretty well, and we went nuts. Like, but a lot of this other stuff they just missed on. They've just missed.
You know how easy it would be though to fix that for the team Discord scenario. Like, okay, look, I don't expect that people are going to go spend hours and hours in team Discords talking about their favorite teams. I knew I wasn't going to. I don't even have my Celtic set because I don't feel like buying a $100 Aaron Nesmith or whatever. So I don't have it. And the way they could fix it so easily, put a little pop-up on the login when you go into your website or wherever, and it'll just be like, hey, we're giving away a team jersey from each team. Just hit the button in the Discord.
They were doing some of that. But
yeah, like that wouldn't be that hard. And I know that another place that they were giving away jerseys actually was the Nine Lives Lounge, weren't they?
Let me tell you something. Dark times in the Nine Lives Lounge. I mean, LaMelo Coolcat's going to be going for peanuts. That's the lowest I've seen it in forever now. And again, another thing they haven't executed on, right? If you want to tell us that's going to be the Soho House, I've been to the Soho House, not because I'm important. I am not, but my brother got in. He's a member, and he would bring, his goofy looking brother to the Soho House, and it was cool. You wanted to be there. The Nine Lives Lounge, man, they haven't made that what they said they would, and they can tell us like, oh, we're in beta, we have a long list of priorities, and at some point you just gotta fucking execute. You gotta execute, and like you're Top Shot, you're the gold standard in the space, and like, damn it, why can't we start executing? Why can't we make better decisions? Like, why is this happening to us, man? Like, and also keep things in perspective. We're fine. We're not dying. This is not life and death, right?
I know.
It's a lot more bigger stuff going on in the world.
I know.
But from a NFT perspective, like we thought, and I still believe it, this is the safe space. Like this is where I come to get away from the scams and the nonsense that's going on in the rest of the NFTs. And it's just been a real bummer to see that like we can't execute on simple things, and we're like, and I'm just tired of excuses right now.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's the same thing you just said. It's like they have a lot of ideas and they're sort of they like start an idea and then they sort of put it off to the side. And they need to like put someone in charge of each thing. Be like, this is your thing. Get it done. And someone else, get it done. Like you are the person to make sure 10 people from every team set goes to a game within the next year or something like that. Um, one comment though I wanted to make about this whole collector score team set holder thing is that I can tell you, John Boy Beats, who we love on this show.
Is John
Uh,
Boy Beats your live token? Is that your live? Is that your live? I think it is. I think it is.
he was tweeting about this a long time ago, which is basically like, look, we see that team sets are getting destroyed. So what that means is don't go all in on one team set. Like go buy a few team sets because a bottleneck will come on your Pelicans team set, and then now all of a sudden people are all shifting over to your Bulls, and now you can buy, and now good for you, you stacked Bulls. So like that one, I don't feel. I agree that it shouldn't be a legendary moment, but that one was sort of like the writing has been very much on the wall, even until the fact that Top Shot Brass have literally told us exactly that many times. So for people to get really upset about their team sets being broken up, that's one where I don't have quite as much sympathy just because they told us over and over and over. And the same thing too with Commons is also one. The one that they didn't tell us correctly is about rares and legendaries are going to be blended in and you're not going to have gated access anymore. And that kind of thing. And that CS is going to get you an extra spin on the slot machine. That wasn't something. But I'm still optimistic that they are not going to fumble this as bad as the Atlanta Falcons did versus the Patriots, the 28-3 lead. They have a 28-3 lead. I don't think they're gonna mess up that bad. I think that there's too many people that are sharp on this team. There's a lot of people.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
What?
Did you have like a bet with someone trying to make you force in a 28-3 reference? That was just bizarre. Chat. That was effing weird.
You know what?
What was that? Did your wife tell you, I'll give you sex if you type in and put in a 28-3 reference tonight? What was going on there?
Yeah, she's a huge Patriots fan.
That was really chat. That was weird, right? It was like he was forcing that in. Where's he going with this? That was bizarre. It was bizarre. It was forced. Screwdriver. Everyone's saying it's forced. I don't know. Something he's gonna. I want to know what you're getting by doing that.
I got other examples we can use, like McScrewdriver. That's a good one. They've got a 3-1 lead right now. All right, and we are LeBron James, and we are hustling down that court and blocking and slam dunking with our fury and our rage, and they need to call a timeout already and get their team ready to win this series and not blow a 3-1 lead.
Okay.
I guess that was weird. I didn't think it was so weird. Chat, was that weird? Is this getting weird because I'm referencing the Super Bowl that the Patriots won?
It just felt. It's okay, Tandy. Don't get so defensive. It just felt a little forced. It's okay.
All right.
Look, it's a long show. You're probably getting worn down. Again, I am a master. I can go long time, right? By hour 2, you're not used to these long shows. I get it. It's okay.
All right. Here's a topic. How is your health? Why didn't you play in the NFT All-Star game? Are you okay? We're worried about you.
I got to get my phone in.
Look at that. Celebrating. You see, this guy takes it seriously.
What's that?
You got the balloons in the room.
Yeah, it's my 1-year anniversary.
That's very nice.
Yeah. No, NFT All-Star game. That was a bummer. Something I don't talk about much.
Was that related to streaming for 7 hours a day or no?
No, it's so like just I'm old, like, right? My family, my grandpa died on the racquetball court at 54, 55.
Oh, geez. Okay.
My uncle died on the basketball court at 39.
Okay, now it makes perfect sense.
I am older than my uncle, and so I knew, like, when I got invited to that, I'm gonna have to go. Which I've been putting off, go see a cardiologist, right? Just get my heart checked out. And so, they get you there and you got to run on the treadmill and do all that kind of stuff. And I had some stuff that looked a little irregular. And he was like, probably not wise for you to play. We got to do some more tests and figure some stuff out. And so yeah, so that's kind of what happened. And, you know, again, I know that's why when we talk about like Top Shot, we get all wound up about that. Like, it's you know, real world stuff, obviously health and kind of comes first, but that's why I had to sit it out. And, you know, and I know, again, I think I'll be okay, but you know, got to go into medication and, you know, look, and let's be honest, like last year I haven't been healthy, right? I have not, this like life, I was healthier as a lawyer, way healthier than I am now. Like, you know, I used to work out all the time. Don't do that. I don't eat right. I don't sleep great. It's been you know, I have to worry now about money. Like before that was, you had a paycheck coming in, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on with, that I didn't have to worry about before. And, so it's, you know, there's some stress. I, you know, behind the scenes, I know you guys probably see me. I come on, I do a bunch of stuff, and you're like, oh, but like, you know, there's it hasn't been easy. Last year it has not been easy. I'll tell you that. So,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
Well, that's a bummer. I hope
You asked.
Yeah, I guess that's the end of the show, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, nice question. Thanks a lot. Now you made me depressed.
Oh man, where's the violins? Jesus Christ. What a downer. Hold on. We gotta
Let's just say if I had a 28-3 lead, and I don't know, bring that
hold
back,
on.
you know?
Yeah, well, we need a commercial break. We'll be right back. All right. Yeah, we don't like to hear that, Judge. We want a long and fruitful.
Only one judge, man. I'm telling you, like, you know, I get a lot of hate from some people, a lot of weird stuff, and like only one judge. You know, well, I'll be gone one day.
Oh, geez.
You'll miss me. You guys will miss me.
Oh no, come on now. The stream took a dark turn.
I blame the 28-3 reference that you're gonna get some sex for later.
Oh, geez.
Where is your wife right now? Does your wife watch your show? Does she critique you? Take me behind the scenes here.
No, they're not a chance.
Does she like Top Shot?
No, she's a rent seeker though. I set her up with an account a while ago, so once in a while I tell her to buy packs. That's about it.
So she doesn't like basketball.
She actually does like basketball. It's the one sport that she actually really enjoys going to watch live. She wouldn't watch it really on TV, but I actually have a funny story about that, where her whole family was visiting from Brazil, and I was able to get really cheap tickets because it was preseason Celtics versus Nets. We all went to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Her mother was there, doesn't know anything about basketball. We're all sitting there. It's a close game. And the person that was most excited and on the edge of her seat was her mother. And I think that alone tells you like basketball can speak all languages, and you know, and it's just fun to watch basketball live, and that's why that's her favorite sport. But no, she definitely does not watch my 2-hour replays and you know, nothing like that. Not even close. Okay. So Seth is asking me to play the cult. I will. I'm wondering why you want to. Is there a reason? But we'll play it.
We love the community.
So, you know, Judgy, here's something interesting. They want me to interrupt you more.
Wait, what do they want? Wait, what's that?
They want me to interrupt you more. They want they want when you start talking for me to interrupt you more.
Don't listen. Don't pull up a Winter comment. Nobody listens to Winter. Not again. Come on, get out of here.
Oh, geez. Let's see. What else I got here on my list of things to talk about? We talked about the comms forum. We talked about CS. Talked about expected value. Here's one thing that's kind of silly to even have to say, but some weirdness going on Twitter. And you just mentioned it too, about like people talking to you or like DMing you. When you got those 17 hollows, were people like really upset with you in the DMs? Or did it get to like a bad point there in the DMs?
Do you not follow me on Twitter? Are you not in? What do you mean? Yeah, like I genuinely got people saying they're gonna come to New York and whoop my ass.
Whoop your ass.
Like I got like physical threats.
Jeez.
Like it was really wild. Like I got people who like said like I had to give away like my duplicates. Like there was no way I am going to be allowed to keep those. I had like I got like, it was really bizarre. Like, again, a lot of people were really nice, right?
Dude,
But
people were nice when you got all those hollows. People were messaging you, telling how much they love you.
well, no, but I mean, after they found that I got like, some really really kind of bizarre hate. But I mean, like,
Oh, okay.
people were acting like I'm the one who made the mistake, right? Like,
Yeah.
and like some people genuinely thought that me and Dapper were in cahoots. Like, it was like just like some really wild shit. And but once you have people like telling me they're gonna come to, like, they know where I live and they're gonna come find me, and like, it was stuff like that I'm like, all right, like, because again, like, you're in this long enough, and I every day I get a couple of these really weird DMs from people who take things too far, or whatever. But like, there was some stuff that for sure was over the line, and it was bizarre. It was bizarre. Like the one thing was, though, like, I think like people were so pissed and frustrated with that experience, right? And I would have been too if I would have seen someone else open up 5 straight hollows. I would have lost my mind, right? So
Yep.
I get the fact they were so frustrated, and I guess they wanted to lash out. Who do you lash out at? You can't lash out at Dapper. I mean, you can't like DM Roham or whatever. I guess I was an easy one that you could, like, right? You saw me open it, so if you wanted to blame someone, I would, you could easily just reach out and kind of message me, and that people did. And I don't understand why some people act like that. But look, man, like, it is what it is, and you just gotta. It's weird, but some people just want to be a troll, and I get it's been a weird experience. When you sign up to do this kind of stuff, there's some unintended consequences that come with it, and I guess that's just part of the territory. But some of it, does cross a line at certain points, and but for the most part, people have been are usually pretty great. I mean, there's always a few outliers, but for the most part, again, people are super supportive. But yeah, that was a wild time. It was a surreal, I'd say 72 hours or so. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. I think I saw a clip of you as you open it and you like realized that something was amiss. Like, oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely felt frustrated too. And as someone who just got junk and saw people get 5 straight hollows, I wasn't very happy. But to message the person who ripped the hollows and be like,
Yeah.
I'm coming for you, buddy.
Yeah. I
What?
mean, honestly, like, I did type that back to people. I was like, you do realize, like, I'm not the one I didn't make the mistake, right? Like, it wasn't me. Like, but like, yeah, I mean, people look, so when people want to lash out and they're frustrated and they're upset, they don't always act rationally, I guess. And and I got to see that in all its glory that day.
Yeah, that's screwed up. But I think you're, like I told you before, you're a very polarizing figure. So I think people who maybe already
Yeah, I
didn't
mean,
like you.
that's what I find that funny, though. I find it like, what's so polarizing? Like, what do I say that's so out there,
I
right? We
think
need new
you're just
like,
very hot and cold. Like when you're, when you get when you're upset, you get really upset. When you're happy, you get really happy. And I think that some people just, for whatever
yeah.
reason, don't like when you're
I
really
think
upset.
that's look, man. If people can, there's always gonna be haters out there, and that's fine. But like, if you truly are listening to what I'm saying, it's not really I don't really say much that's polarizing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm streaming like 3 to 5 hours a night. What do you want me to do? You want me to be a fucking robot and just talk? This is a great moment by Top Shot. Here, let's watch it. You want me
No.
you want me to interview for Dapper like a lot of other people do, and just say all roses and rainbows and shit? No, I talk about
No.
real stuff. I talk about when the market's struggling, we talk about it. When there's bad decisions being made, we talk about it. I don't kiss anyone's ass. Like,
No,
I'm too fucking old to do that. I don't play games. I like
Right.
games, but I mean, I'm honest. I'm genuine.
Right.
I see other people out there. They want to talk rainbows and sunshines when they go live, and behind the scenes, they're a dick. They're an asshole.
Yep. I know what the
And
people want.
they're phony, right?
I can tell you what the people want. No, but you're right. People are phony, or they're super positive publicly, and then you see them behind the scenes, and they're completely not. I remember
Right.
that's what Pack Trip told me, actually, when he went to that event in New York City, where you were there too, actually. And he was like, so many people are like so critical when they're not on Twitter. But anyhow, I think I know what the people like most about your streams, and this is it.
You're an idiot. First of all, let me just say this. Hey, numbnuts, wake up.
What?
Let me say this. If girls on Twitch get to sleep and stream and people watch that, what's wrong with watching the judge take a little nap with the bailiff, the cute little bailiff there? I thought it was great. And
I think it's smart.
Everyone who watched me sleep, I love you, and we made love together. And you can never take that away. And everyone who watched me sleep, I'm going to give them a special reward. You know, we're bonded for life.
You're giving them a POAP, right?
Don't worry about what I'm giving up, Tandy. Don't worry about it. I'm like. Also, let me just say this. The Tandyman, he was checking up on me. He was very nervous. He was scared. So I love you, Tandy. I appreciate that.
Of course. Every time.
You really were. I will say, like, that was I was surprised. I got a lot of positive feedback from your appearance on the show. They loved you. You know,
I had a great time.
They really did. They really loved you. And I was like, Tandy, really? They're like, he was tremendous. Yeah.
And that just makes me question what they thought of me before the show. They were like, oh,
I don't know. Good point. But I mean, a lot of clamoring for more Tandy on the show.
Hey, listen, do your shows during the day and I'll be there. Keep doing your shows at 7 a.m. when I'm fast, or I'll come at the end of your stream. Where
maybe once a week we can have a tea with Tandy or something like that, right?
That's what I'm talking about.
Wake
the people
up,
need
Judge
it.
And the Tandy are right there.
Yeah, people need it. People need it. We
that
can't
is what
have.
Happened, right? I literally woke right up. The Tandyman was right there, and we went.
I think it's actually kind of funny if like you order your breakfast and we just start streaming until that breakfast comes.
I'd do it. I mean, basically what I do anyway. I'm live all the time.
We should do it. We can't let Team Hole just grab all of these morning viewers. Come on. We love Zakarian, but come on now.
I mean, honestly, no comments.
So let's take a look at that poll. Here we go. I'm looking at the poll. I think it's going to share right now. Where'd it go? Did I lose it? Hold on. Oh, there we go. 63% of you say you do not want to get the next All-Star pack. 19 say yes, but less than last time. And 16% still want max packs out of 77 votes. So I wonder if that's a little higher, that people who don't want to get the max packs after we talked about expected value. I saw Mike was asking about median value of the standard pack. Mike, it was like $11. So you on average were losing $8 every time you hit that buy button on the standard pack, which is just brutal and not sustainable. So
yeah, I really like. I do think like what they say. There's one more pack drop, and then
one more, and then they're gonna take a 14-hour pause and then release more packs.
I mean, I like look that's gonna be really interesting to see what Top Shot does, how they relay it, right? Are they actually going to speak to us? Is it just going to be another blog post? Like, will Roham come out of wherever he's hiding, right? Like, again, remember, we had Roham do an AMA, and he said this is going to become a regular thing. We haven't heard from him, and now the season's almost over. So I would like to hear from Roham again, right? And I would like to hear in a more formal manner from someone from Top Shot, and I would like to kind of look. It's been a really, really rough month, and I think if you don't create the narrative, others will create it for you. Yeah. And as you know, it will be the people on Twitter, and some of those people are idiots. They're not the people we want to be listening to, right?
Exactly.
We want to be listening to like smart, intelligent people who understand the product and the platform and the user base. And Dapper and Top Shot need to do a better job, again, of communicating with us. And they started to do that, and now that's kind of fallen off a little bit too. So I really think this next kind of period for us is going to be important, and it's going to be, again, long term maybe not, right? I think long term we're going to be okay, but for this short term period, for the people who have been here supporting you so vigorously the last year, whatever, however long it's been, I really genuinely hope that they really try to do right by us, right? And I mean, I really hope that's the case. I really hope they make some really good decisions. I hope they start executing. I hope that we can turn this tide a little bit. And how great we're going to head into one of the most wide open playoffs we've seen in maybe as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
How great would it be if we could actually have the Top Shot platform rocking at the same time, right?
Absolutely.
Have
Such a
great
good point.
basketball going on while we're having Top Shot pumping and people are excited. And that would be my utopian fucking universe, to have those two things, in harmony. And I just hope we can get there.
I hope so too. I mean, it seems like it's a short runway, honestly, until the playoffs start. The answer cannot be we need thousands more users. That can't be the answer. That's the bad news for everyone on this call. That can't be the answer, because we're not going to get there unless Dapper takes this millions that they're pulling from every pack drop and they start advertising literally like DraftKings, where literally every single broadcast has Top Shot ads on every single commercial. It's on the top of every NBA backboard. It's everywhere. It's sponsored on TNT. That is the level of advertising we would need to be able to say that this is what's going to fix the situation. So unless you think that level of advertising is coming, then you better think of some other way to get there. Because
I mean, like it is interesting, right? Like it seems like, let's say they have 50 guys are working on getting new users, and like 0 are working on how to make the current user base happy. Why can't they just like get take half the people working on new users and help them use and tell them, hey, you guys work on making the current user base excited, right? And like let's work on both of those things, because both are important. New users while maintaining a good sentiment from the current users and not crushing their accounts. And I think we can do both of those things. We can chew and what's the phrase? Chew and walk at the same time, whatever it is.
Yeah, something like that. But also a big point of this too is that if they're being treated like a startup, right? A beta startup. A beta startup can't be focusing like all their resources on revenue. That's not what a startup does. A startup tries to get as broad as they can go to get everyone to get addicted to their product. So like I said earlier, the people who might want to think negatively that Dapper is just there to drain our wallets, like that doesn't make sense for Dapper. It does not make sense to drain their existing users and say, yeah, that's okay. The next users that want the $3 LeBrons are the ones we can count on. Because no, you can't. Not if the market crashes and burns and people like us stream every day and 24 hours a day like you, talking about how much they're screwing up. That doesn't make sense, which is why I would like to think that really is not the case, that maybe they just don't realize at this point, their GM left just now. Maybe they just don't realize what this testing, what kind of massive effect a 1-month test can have on their community.
Well, look, they may not have, but I think they do now, hopefully, right?
That's the hope.
Right. So and like to this date, I think we should acknowledge they've been pretty good at hearing our feedback and then making the right changes based on that. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we get to March and they come out and say, hey, we tried this stuff in February and we listened and we heard the feedback and we're going to make some changes based on what we heard. And I think that's what's going to happen. And so we'll see.
Yeah. So let's do a little quick old-fashioned giveaway here. You need to put in #community, and we will be giving away a moment. Will it be a Dort Hollow? I don't know. You'll have to wait till it hits your account. So put in #community, aka #community.
We love the community.
I gotta get Seth. If you're still there, I gotta get you on my show to talk UFC. I know nothing about UFC, and people told me you are a UFC stud muffin, and I gotta get you on the show to talk UFC. And I'm just worried because if we have me and you on the same show, women will lose their minds. The two sexiest men in the Twitter space. In the content creation.
Yeah, it's going to be virtual panties just being thrown at the screens.
Oh, they won't be virtual, Tandy.
So you got to like and subscribe to be eligible for this moment.
Can somebody clip that laugh by Tandy right there? Can somebody clip that laugh? That was a fake laugh. It was a fake laugh. Somebody clip it.
Seth is saying yes, he's down. Yes. So guys, you got to like and subscribe to be eligible. So I got to see
Oh,
that.
you got a sub to this? Oh shit, guys, I'm out.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm out.
Got to like and sub.
I'm out. I'll like it, but I don't know if I'm gonna sub you yet. I'm on the fence.
That's okay. Just if you win, you're not eligible. That's okay. Yeah. So that's the deal. Like and sub. We'll spin this in a minute. Let's see where we're at. We got 32 entries. Is that right? 45 of you watching and 32 entries. Doesn't seem right.
Matchmaker, make me a match. Tandy's got a wife. I love her so much.
No, I'm absolutely never putting my wife on one of these streams. Every time.
Chat, don't you think that me and Tandy, his wife can find me a friend? It'd be such a fun double date, wouldn't it? It would be so fun.
That would be fun. I mean, listen, it's possible
Behind the scenes, I'm a very reserved man. I'm none of this. I don't bring my gavel with me when I, on dates and stuff. I'm very reserved.
That would be incredibly weird. All right. Looks like 32 of you. I guess we're capped at 32, but let's spin. Here we go. Boom. Who's it going to be?
Who's it going to be with the Tandyman?
Glenn Evans Percy.
Congratulations, GEP. GEP.
Thank you, Seth. Seth's heading out. Seth, thank you for hanging. We'll...
Look, you got to go weird. This is the thing. Like, when you have, we talked about so many tough topics. You got to, people, it's just, it gets exhausting to always be, it drains you. If you got to do some, smile a little bit, right? And talk about Tandy's wife. Otherwise, it's just, how much stuff can we say? Like Top Shot, this, our account. I need to talk about something else once in a while. And I got Tandy on my mind,
Yeah, I know. Last time we were doing our duets, I even made a duet for us today.
It was great, really good.
That was beautiful, right?
Really good.
But yeah, that was another point I wanted to make. That doesn't really. People get all like up in arms. Yeah, I get it. Like the world's on fire, but we also get to whine and bitch about Top Shot because that's what we're enjoying. 45 of us are here. We're in a safe space.
Top Shot's like our escape, right? Our escape from reality and like all the real life nonsense. And but like it would be good to also come and talk about how great things are going and like talk basketball. It does bum me out a little bit when I'll sit back at the end of the day and I'll think like, okay, did I make, if people watch the show today, are people more likely now to go on Top Shot and like, and right now, like, no, if you watch this show right now, would you be excited about Top Shot? No, but like, I also think that we wouldn't be genuine if we were kind of doing rainbows and sunshine about Top Shot right now, right? So I don't know.
So speaking of NBA basketball, Boston Celtics are on an absolute tear. Absolute tear. Yeah. They're down 3 in Indiana right now, but I think they're going to take this game because they are in an absolute tear.
Well, and I mean, you can just look at that Pacers roster. I mean, Pacers are tanking, baby.
Are they playing the lottery? They're tanking hard.
Yeah, they're tanking.
They got Brissett on the field, on the court. They got
very good.
I mean, Healed solid. He's just not playing well on this team.
Buddy's solid. Buddy is solid, but Buddy's taking like 30 shots a game right now. He's loving it.
And what about Halliburton?
Yeah, look, Halliburton's a nice player, but I think when they made that trade, people lost their mind thinking Halliburton's some like superstar already. Like I don't even know if he's going to be an all-star player.
I think I remember when you were talking shit about him, and literally the next day, it was a stream we were on together, and literally the next day he was named like the player of the month. He was like absolutely crushing it. It was probably Poker Pro Eric that like called you out, or one of those Kings fans. I don't know.
Look, I like Halliburton. He's good, right? I'm just not sure he's going to be a superstar or even a star for that matter. He's good.
Yeah, I mean 14.7 a game, 8 assists. That is pretty damn solid.
He's good.
Yeah, a little more, you make the leap.
Not better than Sabonis, though. Get the fuck out of here.
Sabonis is amazing. Sabonis is so undervalued on Top Shot. I flipped him a couple times. There's some alpha for you. If you, I mean, that's my Tandy was asking about like where are the buys right now if you're looking at buying. Um, I mean, Top Shot debuts can't get rugged. That's the nice thing about Top Shot debuts. They cannot get rugged, and as long as there are challenges that need them, then that's good. And they're Top Shot debuts. There'll never be another one. I think
Yeah.
Sabonis is a great one for that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, you only get one debut, right? Only one debut moment. You can have a player can have lots of rares, lots of legendaries. You only get one debut.
Oh, did you know about this, Judge?
What?
March 7th, Kyrie can play home games.
No, I know I didn't see that because I've been with you nuts right now. But I saw you could see that just from the mayor speaking the last couple of days. This is where it was headed. Like he said, he's been looking at trying to lessen the restrictions, right? So not surprising. We all kind of saw this was going to happen. So yeah.
Yeah. Well,
right.
I mean I think that launches the Nets back into
I
the
think
top spot.
everyone out there I think should feel really good for Kyrie Irving right now.
I mean, whether or not you like his political or vaccination stances,
He doesn't even have a stand. He couldn't even articulate why he was sitting out. I mean, if you want to have a stand, fine. Like, have a stand. He couldn't even articulate it. He's like, I believe, it's like whatever.
Personal choice, personal freedoms, that kind of thing.
He had no idea what he was talking about. But
well, look, fine. I mean, I remember when he was on the Celtics. He's a bit of a challenging individual, that's for sure. But his basketball skill is incredible. I love watching that guy.
Yeah, he's sensational. Come on.
I love watching Kyrie Irving play. I don't care. Yeah. He's like the Kanye West of the NBA. Like he might be a little bit of a head case. Might have some trouble communicating himself, but he's a true talent. That's for damn sure. Oh, so let's see here. All right. Well, what else? What else we got here? Anything else you want to talk about, or you want to go take a nap?
Why do I need a nap? What are you talking about here? You need a nap. What time is it? What time is it by you? Is it like 11 o'clock?
Yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock.
Take me through the rest of your night. What's going to happen? What are you going to do?
The rest of my night, I'll probably just kind of cool off. I'll go take a shower, drink some water, probably read Twitter for like a half an hour, and probably try to sleep if I can.
Is that what you do? You just scroll through Twitter? You're one of those people?
Yeah, I definitely spend too much time on Twitter.
You do a Twitter thread? You do a Twitter thread today?
No, I'm not doing a thread. But
I'll thread?
No, I might like some posts. I might make a few like reply guy comments, shit posts. That kind of thing. That's
very exciting life, guy. Chat. What do you think of this? Good little night. Good little night.
I don't know. What do you do at 11 o'clock at night? You're streaming, right?
Well, it's only 6 o'clock by me, so it's
I know, but at 11 you're going to be streaming, are you not? You streaming today?
Sunday nights we take off. I don't know. I'm gonna do a Twitter thread, of course, because that's what you got. That's the new meta. That's the new meta. You gotta let everyone know your thoughts about this new pack drop, and you also gotta start it off by saying, I don't normally do Twitter threads. This is my first.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But so what? Oh, geez. What are you going to do?
Okay, what's going on here?
I'm losing my voice. So
look, chat. I wore him down. Your own show, I'm wearing you down hour 2. Unbelievable. Chat. Right? Look at him. He can't even handle a little 2-hour show.
I know. No, I'm a little sick. But so what are you going to do today?
Sick over? What's wrong with you?
I got a cold. My kid gave me a cold.
Oh, you have a kid?
Yeah.
Holy, how old?
He's 4.
Jesus. You're a father.
I'm a father.
This changes everything.
Yeah.
So wow, I never knew. Chad, you know he's a father? Yeah. You don't look like a father to me.
I think I take that as a compliment.
What do you do? So what you're a 4-year-old, a boy or a girl? If you're a fan of Gordon Hayward, I hope it's a boy.
It's a boy.
Thank God.
And I'm not much of a fan. I'm not much of a fan of Gordon Hayward.
Either am I. He hates women, or allegedly.
Does he really?
Well, he had a girl, and he said he was not happy about it.
Oh, that's pretty
weak.
Google
Daddy's Always Happy, Gordon Hayward.
Oh, I remember the Daddy's Always Happy thing. I didn't realize that's what it was about, that he didn't want to have a girl.
Yeah, he already had 2 daughters. He did a gender reveal party, and a pink came out. Holy, he was, I've never seen someone that angry in my life. Yeah.
Anyway, so what do you do on your off day, Judge? That's a good question. What are you gonna do later?
I don't do any. I watch basketball. And then I go in my 200 discords and and try to figure out what's going on in the rest of my NFTs. I'm still trying to look at my Top Shot account. And tomorrow is the biggest day of our lives. It's the S1 trade S1 pack, so trade tickets, right? You had to get those all squared up, and I'm trying to make some moves tomorrow to maybe get a John Morant or LeBron. But I'm so tapped right now, I have to sell. So I'm trying to scramble. Like, what do I sell? But trying to sell in this market is death. No one wants to buy anything.
Yeah.
So you have to list them so low to sell something. So I'm trying to flip NFTs. I'm trying to get some liquid any way I can for tomorrow, praying that I can get a John Morant or a LeBron. But though, like, I know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Very illiquid at the moment. I mean, as we saw that moment ranks chart, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. Yeah, man. I guess you gotta take a breather. I'd say it's all top shot
honestly,
all day.
Like, I would. Yeah, I really do, man. I don't even know what I would do. Like, I need to get away for like 24, 48 hours and do something else because it really is all consuming, right? Yeah. And the fact that like I genuinely every night when most people are sleeping, because I do Top Shot all day, and then at night from like 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. I typically will go in as many discords as I can to figure out what the hell's going on with all my NFT projects.
Can I give you some alpha?
Yeah.
Here's what you want to do. I'm going to show you right now. Everyone on this stream, pay attention. This is important. Okay. Pay attention, everybody. Start taking notes. Here we go. Breaking news. No, it's not really breaking news. I'm going to show you something that you got to do for your discords. Are you having a problem with like keeping up with like we're keeping up with announcements from the different discords?
Yes. What do you mean? Hell yeah.
Okay, so here's your alpha. What you want to do is create your own Discord channel. How do you do that? I think there's a plus sign somewhere. You know what? I don't even see it now, but there's a way to create your own Discord channel. So this is a server that I created. And what you can do when you have your own Discord channel is you can go into the Discords that you're trying to pay attention to. Like, let's look at Pirates of the Metaverse. Pirates of the Metaverse, the announcements has this little icon here that shows you that you can follow this stream of information and put it in your Discord server. So you go to your Discord server, you make a channel, and you add it to that channel. So then you go to your Discord server, you click your channel, and then you just scroll, and you just see what's going on in all your Discord servers in one place.
That's pretty
good. So there's your alpha for the day. So I'll
that's pretty impressive. You've been holding out on me. You knew that for months, and you didn't. And now you're just telling me now.
I've known about it maybe for 1 month, maybe.
That's some good alpha.
Yeah, that's
normally
solid.
People give me alpha, and I'm like, that's not alpha. That's beta. It's gamma. That was alpha.
No, that's alpha. That probably just saved you like 2 hours of sleep a day.
At least. Now again, I'll need someone to do that for me because I don't know what that.
Look, you need so much technical support. My God, I didn't realize you were this bad.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to.
Forms of intelligence, right? Like I'm smart in some areas, but other areas I am very dumb.
No, very dumb on the technical area.
Yeah,
incredibly dumb.
That's my fatal.
I was watching back the 24-hour stream when like Zakarian and I are on, and we're like these two little boxes inside your Discord, and Zakarian is like completely frozen.
Yeah,
like, oh my God.
It was great. It was great. It was great though. That's part of the charm of the show. It's part of the charm of the show. But yeah, again, God forbid I would get someone, like someone to help with that the IT stuff. But yeah, I'm not good with that stuff.
No, I'll tell you what. If we do a breakfast show, I will help.
Tea time with Tandy.
I will get that all figured out. Promise. You'll get totally figured out. I'll
Chat, are we liking this little tea time with Tandyman?
Should it be tea time? We need your chat to think up a good name.
Yeah, chat. Let's get on it. Let's get on a good name. We just wake up. We just hit stream, and we go. We have tea and bagels and eggs and what's the normal breakfast? What do you eat? And your wife joins us occasionally, right?
Breakfast.
Your
I'm kind
kid?
of
I'd
a
like to meet your kid. Your kid, Andy, comes on. Is that his name?
Andy.
Tandy and
No,
Andy?
not at all. No, his name is actually Mateo.
Mateo. Oh, you know what? I knew you were a father. I'm just kidding. I knew it. Yeah, Mateo. You told me that.
Yeah. No, I eat cereal almost every day.
Apple Jacks, right?
No, they got like like the nice clustery granola and like the got little like chocolate pieces in there, and then I mix in some of the healthy like the healthier stuff at the bottom, and then I put like the less healthy granola stuff at the top. That's
Interesting.
what I do. Yeah.
Okay.
And you get your like bagel, bacon, egg and cheese bagel from the bodega, or what do you do?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm going through a little change here because I just got a Keurig machine. So now
I
I'm
saw.
making my own coffee for the first time in like 20 years
That's smart.
since like college. And it's it's a game changer. So I spend like $100 a week on coffee just with
Oh,
DoorDash.
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
But,
it's no good. It's no
Yeah,
good.
typically I'll order like I don't know, some type of breakfast sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I like breakfast sandwiches. I made one myself the other day. It was very good. All right. Well, let's give the chat one more chance to ask any questions. We'll play our little cute dogs, and then
Wait,
we'll
did
call
you
it.
do a giveaway? What did you give away?
I said a moment, like a moment of the favorite team of the person. So I told the person to DM me. It was Glenn.
Okay.
I mean, or it could be that Blood Diamond Hollow of yours.
It's not the Blood Diamond Hollow. You think I'm gonna give a Blood Diamond Hollow away on your show? I mean, if maybe I'll give it to Mateo.
All right,
Mateo
so
a Dort fan?
yes, very much so. So let's play our little video, ask some questions, and then we'll call it a night. Here we go.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
All
You know
right.
those are pugs, right?
Yeah. Bugs.
You get French bulldogs, okay?
They're not supposed to look like that, by the way. They've been bred that way, and
I
they
know.
have breathing issues.
Well, I have a French bulldog, and yes, it's they have breathing issues, but
Oh,
French
Baudouin
bulldogs are
wants a
cuter than
duck
pugs.
race. That's true. We should get a duck race. We'll let you commentate on it because I love the fact that.
No. I'm over the ducks. You do it.
All right. I'll do it. All right. Well, Baudouin, I'll try. Everybody, write a 1 in the chat or a quack in the chat. You got to write something in the chat to get this duck race
Justin,
going.
don't make fun of my chicken tenders. Those are so good. That's my sex right now. I'm not having a lot of sex. My sex is chicken fingers and fries.
Those are good. I can give you a pretty good recipe for chicken nuggets. You can make your own.
Does this man look like I'm a stud muffin? I don't cook, okay?
You should probably think about it.
I know I
good.
should, but again, I'm not very bright. I'm not a smart man.
It's not that hard. It's painting by numbers. Get those quacks in the chat. Let's see how many we got here. We had 32 in the last thing, so we should see about 32. We have 22. Sometimes this thing is crazy though. Like I try to get everybody in here, but it doesn't always work.
Do you ever serenade your wife like, "I love you, honey"?
I mean, that sounds very like I love you, honey.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm thinking.
I've definitely sang songs to her in the past. I play the guitar, so I've
You do. You play guitar.
Yeah. So I've definitely played some songs for her in the past, but it's been a while. I should probably think about doing it again.
Yeah.
Bring back the spark.
Time. Yeah.
All right.
So you, Mateo, the wife, you guys sit around a little fireside in the camp.
What do you think we're?
Your account go down.
Yeah, exactly. You watch the fire.
Yeah,
fire. Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's a bonfire of our moments, just going up in smoke.
Does your how do you, when you're buying Top Shot moments, how does that go? Because you when you're married and stuff, do you have a secret account when you buy? Do you have to tell her how do you make your purchases?
No, I don't tell her. I don't tell her what I buy. No.
Woo! What do you mean you don't tell her?
Well, I don't go crazy on it. Like I went crazy in the beginning, and I haven't really gone crazy since. Like I'll tell her like, hey, look, I'm gonna deposit a few $100 again. I want to make some purchases. Yeah, that we might have that conversation. But it's
what
not
was
like
your last big buy on Top Shot?
Big buy? That's
Yeah.
a good question. Oh, actually it was to flip. It was a Giddy. I spent 300 something on a Giddy because I thought he was going to be in the
4K Giddy?
Yeah, 4K Giddy. But then I flipped him. But that was my buy.
So flipped it to what?
For Dapper. And then I bought all those crappy packs and the Rising Stars and all that crap.
So what's your best moment you have? Your favorite moment, best moment?
Probably like the Jason Tatum MG Lee S2 or the Jalen Brown MG Lee S2 or the Chris Paul TSD is something I like. One of those maybe.
So all
Probably
all Celtic stuff.
yeah, I like the MG Lee of Tatum and Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. But my worst purchase was, I mean, we all have a lot of bad ones. I finally let it go. Spent an ungodly amount on a early adopters Colin Sexton.
Ooh, just saying that set. Yeah.
I know. I spent a lot of money on that. You know, hey, it's just kind of what happens.
I bought an early adopter, Julius Randle, and every time I see that Lord crap, God, it
hurts.
drives me nuts now. Last year he was so good. I have so much Randle. God, it's awful.
I bought his TSD for like $500.
Yeah.
Around the same time.
Yeah.
And that hurts. So I got rid of that too. I got rid of all my losses for like December, you know, getting ready for taxes and all that bullshit. All right, so here we go. Let's do a little duck race here.
Well, yeah, Clayton, he can't because he's smart. He's spending it on his wife and Mateo. Mateo. Yeah.
We got some good comments here. Let's see here. Let's get the banner off.
I don't need a dating guide, Tandy NFTs. Look at me.
That's true.
I'm a handsome man.
That's true. I did write. I tried to make money as an affiliate marketer like 10 years ago.
Oh, shit! You did really?
Yeah, and I tried making money
because
no, seriously, because I learned about affiliate marketing back in the day, and people were selling guides for this kind of like relationship guides and dating guides. So I got my hands on like a few dating guides, and then I like basically curated it to make my own.
Wait, there's somewhere out there is a Tandy dating guide?
Yeah.
I don't think it's on this, please. We can do it on my show. Can we go through this?
I don't know. I got to figure out how much
tremendous content, guys.
I got to figure out how badly I want to embarrass myself.
24-hour stream. We'll go through your guide, and we'll test it out in the IRL. I don't care. I'll do it.
That would be interesting. But this was like before Tinder. Now it's all about Tinder.
Is it? I don't even know. I don't date anymore.
Judge, how are you going to procreate?
I don't know. We gotta find me a woman somehow.
Do you go out at night? You're streaming every night.
No, I don't ever go out.
So you don't go out.
My cat doesn't let me. They tell me I have to stream. They don't let me go out.
So you don't go out and you don't use the dating sites. How are you going to meet women?
Yes, that's correct.
How are you going to meet a woman?
I haven't. I met her. She's in my building.
Oh, I haven't been keeping track on that. So that's a girl who's in your building that you've like talked to a little bit?
That's right.
All right. So who knows? Maybe love is in the air.
Tandy, but we can't talk about her too much because she watches the show now. So.
All right. Well, Herrera, if you're watching.
She won't watch your show. I didn't know who you are.
Yeah, she's not watching. But you can clip this for her later. I'll tell you that Daniel over here is a fine gentleman, and he would make a wonderful companion. And you guys should go walk around the Prospect Park Lake together, maybe get on a bicycle ride, take it nice and smooth, nice and easy, and you'll enjoy it. You'll have a great time.
Is that in your dating book? Is that what you say?
No, this is custom. This is just for
custom?
You. Yeah. Here, well, look at this. Winter said, last duck race I was in was for the LeBron James No Look 3, and it was rigged for a Bucks fan who donated Judge J. Rue holidays. Is that true?
You know what? I don't know why I keep playing Winter's comments here. He's not a very bright man. No, it's erroneous. No.
Erroneous? All right. Well, here we go. This is for another random moment of your team's choice, or potentially a Lou Dort Hollow. We're not quite sure yet. But let's do it. On your mark, get set, and go. Okay. Superluminal is in the front, looking very colorful. We got Ben in the Naked Duck, number 1, just like Zion, in the front. He is now in the front, and he is a Naked Duck, and his judge knows the Naked Ducks like to swim faster than the rest.
Yeah. You don't get worn down. If you wear a big Getty up and you try to look too fancy, you get worn down.
Yeah, there's
stupid.
There's no way that Boudouin in this Batman suit could possibly win this race. He is
Yeah.
weighed down by a rubber suit. There is just no chance. Getty, Josh Giddy's cousin Duck, number 11, Kyrie Irving, our pal. He is in front. I don't think that lasts for the next 20 seconds, though. Weisberg looking very regal over here, taking the lead. Is it too early for him to be taking the lead?
Look at Super Luminal. He tried to get fancy with that little headgear.
Oh, look, Weisberg just got totally rugged.
I can't win.
Eric Fernandez, though, is using his spade as a pedal. Is this legal? Eric Fernandez with the win, but is it legal?
He's a hard
Is it
worker, that
legal?
guy. He's a hard worker.
Oh, my gosh. Well, it's good to give back to the hard workers in the community, but I have to question that spade. That definitely looks like a bit of an advantage. I think there's something to do with this number 9. We all know how much I love Rajon Rondo, and that must be why you just
I have
won
a great
that
Rondo
race.
story if you want to hear it. But when I was on the Top Shot stream, they loved my Rondo story. Did you hear? Were you there for that part?
I was not. Tell me about it.
I mean, chat. You remember that? I told the story, and like some guy was like, "That story sucked." You know,
Really?
Holy shit! I was like, "Wow." Yeah, but no, it was, I'm not telling you a story ever again. No.
Oh, so you're not going to tell me the story?
No, I'm scarred for life. He told me an awful story, even though I can only tell that story on my stream. Yeah.
Actually, I think I do remember. It was something about Garland. It was Rondo.
Yeah, yes,
like
you do remember. Yeah, it was a great story.
it was Rondo being like a mentor to Garland.
Yes,
Was that it?
Yes.
So what's so bad about that story?
That's what I mean. It was great. I was dropping alpha, Tandy. Like, yeah, I'll tell you. Fine, you got to
Go ahead. Yeah, I'll give you the floor. Give him the floor.
Before they played their first game together, Rondo gets traded to the Cavs. He takes Garland. He's like, "Garland, come here," and he brings Garland to the back of the plane, and they sit down together. And Rondo and Garland watch a whole game together, tape of a game, and Rondo's pointing out things. Here's what you can do with the screen and roll. You can slip the screen here. This is what I see on this play. This is how you should defend that play. He was mentoring Garland and telling him all the tricks of the trade. Wow, that was really what a teammate, right?
Okay, I like it so far.
That's it. That's the end. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's the story. And then I told that story on the Top Shot stream because I got like 40 Rondos in a row, and I ran out of things to say about Rondo. And I told that story, and then some dude's like, "That story sucked, fat man," or something like that. I don't know what he called me.
Oh my god, it's called like
and then they were like, "You're old and not funny." And I'm like, "Wow." I'm like, "Geez, this is a tough crowd, you know."
You know, let me tell you something. I would think you know this by now. I mean, you can like you can keep a crowd going for literally hours on a stream. You know, you gave us the build up. Where is it going after that? It just ends. You took us up the mountaintop right before the beautiful vista, and you're like, no, this is enough. Let's turn back around.
As someone may say, I had a 28-3 lead, and then I kind of blew it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You kind of remind me of the Falcons a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit there, yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, maybe we got to come up with a second part of the story, right? I don't know.
Yeah. You need to come up. Let's think about that. So Rondo mentors Garland.
Yeah.
He shows him all like the tricks of the trade.
Right. And then the next game out. How about the next game? Garland goes out and drops 32 and 12, and then he says, "Rondo." I don't know. He screams Rondo or something. I don't know.
See, that would have been an interesting story. Every time he shoots a 3-ball, he's going Rondo, and he like shot the best 3-point percentage of the season,
something like that. Or after that, he went out and he had the game of his life, all based on Rondo's advice. The end.
Yeah, I like that. Now it's a good story. I like it.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was great. You know,
thank you.
We went through a lot in this stream. We talked about a lot of things. We gave some good ideas. We gave some good criticisms. We can only hope that they will be heard by the Top Shot people in charge. But you know, we're gonna get through this together, and I think you know.
Did you just throw up in your mouth there? Are you okay?
Oh,
Tandy is really struggling here. We've now entered into hour 3, and he just can't power through this kind of a show. Wow, you know, he's throwing up in his mouth. He's really struggling here.
No, I didn't throw up in my mouth.
Somebody
I did burp.
Somebody clipped it. He definitely did. Chat. Type
No.
1 if you saw Tandy throw up in his mouth.
No. Did I throw up in my mouth?
No,
Yeah.
God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
You know, that was actually, those videos are queued up for every time I open a terrible pack, and I just don't use them enough.
Well, I mean, what about, you should just, instead of opening the pack, just play that. And be like, yeah. Like, yeah.
Like, all right, guys, here we go. Who's ready? Where it's a huge rip here, and we just keep everybody waiting. And then you're like, all right, here we go. We're gonna click it. Let's see what's there. Here we go.
My favorite part. I don't even know if I can tell this story. I hope I can. Hope Top Shot doesn't get mad at me. So my favorite part was after the Top Shot stream ended. JP, who's the guy in he was helping me behind the scenes. He was great.
Producer.
And he goes to me, man, I'm really sorry. Those packs were really bad. Like,
did he really say that?
Yeah. Like, no, I don't mean like he just meant like I had really bad luck, right?
Oh, okay.
But
He didn't realize he actually meant something bigger really than that.
Luck. But I think like the thing is that we're finding out by looking at the data. I mean, yeah, I guess I had some bad luck, but that's kind of how the packs were, right? That
79% of the packs. 79%. So yeah, your odds were having a terrible pack.
Right.
Yeah, man. There's no way that they don't see this. I mean, if they don't, man, holy crap. I just can't imagine. If there's they will. I know they will.
Yeah, they will. March is going to be we're gonna start to turn the tide a little bit, and you know, again, just there's some things that can't be put back in. You know, once you open the bottle, you can't put back in. You know, millions of moments you dumped on us, but
you can burn them.
They can work to make things better, and I think they will. They will.
And you can burn those moments. You can burn them. You can use them for packs.
You can do some cool stuff like that, right? You can let us use trade tickets for other cool kinds to buy packs, or there's all kinds of stuff that they still can do. And we'll get this ship righted. We will.
Yeah.
The product's too great.
I think so too. You know what's even better than the product? Say it, Judge. What do you love about this? What do you love about Top Shot even more than the product?
Community?
We love the community.
I think that's a good place to end. Judgy, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy, you know, take a nice slow walk outside. You know, it's important to get outside, clear the mind a little bit. Don't get stuck in NFT world too much, you know.
Easier said than done. I mean, like no cap, man. Like flipping NFTs right now, that's kind of the way I'm counting to make money, right? Because I don't have
you know what? I have another alpha idea for you. Here it is. That? Find projects that you think are going to be, although I think everyone's doing this now though, but find projects that you think are going to be super hot, like Invisible Friends that just was, you know, like a 9 ETH pre-reveal, which of course dumped to a 5 ETH post-reveal. Find projects like that. Be willing to spend a little bit of money, hire someone, you know, in India or wherever.
Oh, like a Fiverr and grind against the whitelist?
Just grind the whitelist.
I mean,
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, but for like a project, most projects like that you can't get on whitelist by grinding.
No, they're probably changing.
For all the good projects, they don't do that. No good hyped project is going to make you grind.
Yeah, but Invisible Friends,
basically already being a part of great projects.
Oh,
and then winning, getting lucky in some raffles and things of that nature. But yeah, that's why, again, part of what I do at night is the projects, my solid projects. That's why you have to keep checking announcements, because they will collab and partner with other, you know, hyped coming up NFTs. Like that's how I got my Hape, right? Being on House of Kiba.
And you have 2 of those, right? Don't you have 2
I sold one pre-reveal. Yeah. Look, I sold one. That's how I paid that's how I paid my rent the last couple of months.
But that one, I mean, your rent's pretty high. I mean, how much was one ape? Wasn't it like 9 ETH?
Yeah, I sold about like 8.1 ETH. I sold it 1.4.
Yeah, that's solid, man.
Yeah. So
yeah, just got to keep doing that a few times.
Well, easier said than done. Again, right now the whole NFT market's tanked, so it's just it's rough sledding out there. But
yeah. All right. Well, listen, I had fun. I hope you had fun. next time we'll do a coffee and breakfast
Tea time
stream.
with Tandy.
I love it. I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks for joining. And Judge, be well. Go take a walk. We'll talk
All right,
again
thanks,
soon.
guys. Thanks, chat. Thanks, Tandyman.
Bye-bye.
Static Selector.